Raider Nation, get ready because what I'm about to say will fire you up for the season ahead. This is not your average breakdown. This is the real deal. Today, we're diving deep into the Las Vegas Raiders 2025 season, ranking every game from the easiest to the absolute toughest. And trust me, you'll want to stick around to see which matchup could make or break our playoff hopes. Now, forget the generic strength of schedule rankings. We don't care about what the media says. We care about our team, the silver and black. The only games that matter are the ones our Raiders play. This year's squad looks nothing like last year's. It's a whole new fight, a new energy, a new standard. We're going from Game 17 down to Game 1, ranking them based on difficulty, context, and what it really means for the Raiders. But first, hold up, Raider Nation. Before we get into the latest action, do this. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and smash that bell icon so you never miss a single update on your Raiders. This channel is your home for everything silver and black. Now let's get into it. Coming in as the easiest matchup of the season, Week 12, home game against the Cleveland Browns. Why? Cleveland's quarterback situation is shaky, and they'll be coming off a grueling battle against the Ravens the week before. That's going to leave them drained, and the Raiders need to pounce. Yes, this feels like one of those trap games, but if we stay sharp, it's one we should win. At number 16, we've got Week 17 against the New York Giants, right here in Vegas. Now here's the twist. This is the only AFC opponent in the Giants' final 4 games. Translation? Their eyes might be elsewhere, focused on conference rivals. And if that's the case, the Raiders must capitalize. 2 games down. The road gets tougher from here. Let's keep going. Let's keep the momentum going, Raider Nation, because now we're entering the next stretch of matchups. Games that may look easy on paper, but could surprise anyone who lets their guard down. 15. Week 6 versus the Tennessee Titans. This could be a trap, but here's why I like the Raiders' chances. It's the Titans' 3rd straight road game, and no matter how good your defense is, or how much hype a young QB like Cam Ward gets, that kind of travel burns a team out. Especially a young offense still trying to find rhythm. In Vegas, the Raiders have the upper hand. Cursor 14. Week 5 versus the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts want to pound the rock. That's their identity. But if there's one area where the Raiders can stand tall this year, it's the defensive front. Indy doesn't scare you through the air, and that works to our advantage. Unless they find a star in the secondary, I'm still putting my faith in this being a very winnable game, especially indoors, where the Raiders' offense could shine. Edict 13. Week 1 versus the New England Patriots. Week 1 is always a coin toss. Teams are fresh, unpredictable, and full of unknowns. But one thing's certain, the Raiders will come out swinging. It's the start of a new journey. And on paper, the silver and black look like the better team. That's why this game lands at number 13. Not easy, but definitely winnable. Now we start entering a new tier. Games that aren't just about talent, but about timing, rest, and mindset. Number 12. Week 9 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Both squads will be coming off a bye in Week 8. In those matchups, coaching often tips the scales. And this Raiders staff? They'll be ready, rested, reloaded, and focused. That's how you make a statement mid-season. Osher 11. Week 11 versus the Dallas Cowboys. This one has trap written all over it, but not for the Raiders. We'll be coming off a Thursday night game, and this one's on Monday Night Football, meaning extra prep time, extra rest, and a national spotlight. This is a chance for the Raiders to show up big time against a tough NFC opponent. 9-10. Week 14 versus the Denver Broncos. This one's personal. It's AFC West. It's pride. The Broncos will be worn down after facing the Commanders and Chiefs the 2 weeks prior. We'll be home. We'll be ready. We know what this game means, and I like our odds. 9. Week 2 versus the Los Angeles Chargers, home opener. This one's going to be electric. Monday Night Football, Allegiant Stadium. And Raider Nation, you're going to paint that stadium in silver and black. There's a feeling in the air that this year's opener will hit different, like a throwback to the Oakland days. It's going to be loud, it's going to be wild, and it's going to be Raider football. Now that we've covered the easier half of the schedule, buckle up, the real battles begin next. Let's dive into number 8 on the Raiders' schedule. Week 13 versus the Chargers. This late-season showdown isn't just another AFC West battle. It's personal. The Raiders and Chargers have a long-standing grudge, and these matchups never disappoint. History says it's always close. Whether it's Justin Herbert slinging darts or the Raiders' defense stepping up under pressure, these games often come down to the final drive. This one could go either way. That's why it's ranked here. At number 7, we've got Week 4 against the Chicago Bears. Now, don't be fooled by past records. This game's going to be tougher than it looks. First, the Raiders come off a road trip to Washington the week before, which adds fatigue. Then there's Chicago's traveling fan base. Last time they came to Allegiant Stadium, it felt like a Bears home game. That can't happen again. With Caleb Williams under center and a revamped offensive line, this Bears team is no pushover. Coming in at number 6 is Week 16 versus the Houston Texans. Here's why this is brutal. The Raiders play the Eagles in Philadelphia just 1 week before, and Philly hits hard, win or lose, you're walking out bruised. Then it's off to Houston to face a playoff caliber squad with one of the best young quarterbacks in the league. That's a tough turnaround, especially late in the season when fatigue starts piling up. Now we're at number 5, Week 10 versus the Denver Broncos on Thursday Night Football. Short week, divisional rival, primetime pressure, all the ingredients for chaos. When you only get a few days to prep, every mistake is magnified. And Denver, no matter their record, always shows up to play the Raiders tough. If Vegas wants to come out on top, they'll need to stay sharp and start fast. Because Thursday nights are never easy. We're into the top 4 most difficult games on the Raiders' 2025 schedule. And this stretch is where things get brutal. Coming in at number 4, Week 3 on the road versus the Washington Commanders. Don't sleep on this one. Washington nearly made the Super Bowl last year, and you can bet they're coming into this season angry and motivated. Add in the fact that this is an outdoor early season road game, and it's shaping up to be a physical slugfest. They've reloaded on both sides of the ball and are in full win-now mode. The Raiders will need to be sharp, fast, and disciplined, or this one could slip away quickly. At number 3, it's Week 18 at Kansas City. Yes, there's a chance the Chiefs rest their starters if they've locked up the top seed, and that's the only reason this one isn't ranked higher. Historically, the Raiders have actually played better in Arrowhead than at home against the Chiefs, but that place is still one of the loudest, toughest environments in the NFL. Whether it's the backups or Mahomes and company, ending the season in Kansas City is never easy. Moving on to number 2, Week 7, again versus the Chiefs. This time at Arrowhead midseason. This is where things get real. It's Mahomes. It's Andy Reid. It's national attention. It's also a stadium where the noise never dies down and the refs seem to lean a certain way. Every mistake feels amplified. For the Raiders to win here, they'll need their best game of the season. Mistake-free, aggressive, and ready for a fourth-quarter war. And finally, the number 1 most difficult game of the season, Week 15 at Philadelphia. This is the one. An outdoor December game against the defending Super Bowl champions on the road in one of the nastiest atmospheres in the league. Philly thrives in cold weather and physical battles. To make it tougher, the Raiders face a division rivalry game against Denver just 1 week before. This back-to-back setup is as rough as it gets. But if Las Vegas can pull this off, it would send a message to the entire league.